XtraTime।
এবার থেকে শুধু দিল্লির ফুটবল হাউস নয়, ফেডারেশনের কার্যকরী কমিটির মিটিং গোটা দেশ জুড়ে বিভিন্ন শহরে এরকমভাবেই ঘুরিয়ে ফিরিয়ে হবে। নতুন কমিটি নির্বাচনের পর দিল্লি ফুটবল হাউসে মিটিংয়ের পর কলকাতাতেই দ্বিতীয় কার্যকরী কমিটির মিটিং সম্পন্ন হলো। এই মিটিংয়ে আইএম বিজয়নের নেতৃত্বে টেকনিক্যাল কমিটি যে সিদ্ধান্ত নিয়েছিল সেগুলো গ্রহণ করলো। শুনে নিন আর কি হলো এই মিটিংয়ে।
The first was minutes of the last meeting, whatever deliberations were held, unanimously confirmed by the executive committee, and then we have formed 12 committees involving all the state association members, say from finance, competition, league, and then grassroots, futsal, beach soccer, all that, and that was unanimously again approved by the executive committee, and then all the decisions taken by recommended by the technical committee yesterday under the chairmanship of IM Vijay was unanimously approved by the executive committee. The decisions were that the extension of Igor Stimac till the AFC Asia Cup 2023 with a performance target to be top 8 in the competition. If that target is achieved, then automatically the contract will be extended to another competition, whichever is the priority for AIFF. And then the technical committee also decided that to discontinue Indian Arrows in I-League, and investment would be diverted to creating a new elite youth league, which was again unanimously approved by the executive committee. The idea was that we can engage more youth, and then we will have a better youth national team going forward, and the structure of the league and everything will be discussed in the appropriate committee and shared to the technical committee for the final decision, where even the ISL clubs, I-League clubs, and those who run academies, center of excellences will also be engaged in this discussion, so that the best of the youth players are able to play in the elite youth league. That is, and then the technical committee also recommended that the technical director who AIFF shall appoint shall be of 55 years and below and Indian, that way, and new scouting structures to be created so that the best of the youth players can be selected, scouted for the national youth team. And then the other aspect was the women's team. All maximum women coaches should be appointed wherever possible, and there should be a new plan should be prepared and shared to the technical committee for the development of women's football and the national women's team, involving also the state association. So that will be presented to the technical committee, which is again approved by the executive committee, and then that's the major decisions of the technical committee. And also AIFF technical committee recommended to the executive committee all the former players, can they be directly taken to either C license or B license, if that possible, if AFC coaching convention allows, then appropriate decision will be taken and the coach education policy will be made accordingly. That was also approved. And as far as the National Training Center, which is located in Calcutta, which is the construction started in 2019, the executive committee visited yesterday, and then today the executive committee went through, and on the proposal of the president, a 3-member committee has been formed under the chairmanship of N.A. Harris, Ajay Kipa and Abhijit Paul this three-member committee will look into the all the aspects of the National Training Center, go through the contracts, go through the plans, and then present a plan to the executive committee for further discussion and approvals, so that this training center gets completed, which can be optimally used for the primarily for the national teams, and whatever the investment would be required, that also will be the part of the proposal, and accordingly the executive committee will meet, will take a call, and this report will be submitted to the president as to provide from AIFF, and what should be the policy, and what way we will can help the state association through respective state government and other partners within the state. So those we have left to the development committee to come and submit the plan and policy in the executive committee. Yeah? And then also the executive committee also approved unanimously the nomination for the national awards. Yeah? Arun Ghosh and I am Vijay will shall be nominated for Padma Shri, and
Arun Ghosh and
I am Vijay, and Manoranjan Bhattacharya will be nominated for the Dhyan Chand Award, and JJ from Mizoram will be nominated for the Arjuna Award. Yeah. And also on the there was a proposal from the member that Shabir Ali also should be proposed for the Padma Shri. So that also will be done by the AIFF. So these are the national awards which would be proposed. And then as far as the AIFF Masters program, on the other matters, we discussed on the AIFF Masters, which is been organized. There's a sports management program by AIFF. The executive committee has taken a view that this should be relooked and an appropriate decision should be taken up, and AIFF as a team is not able to. Therefore, it is not right that AIFF can play a competition without fulfilling the license, and at the same time we are asking other clubs to fulfill, and that's the primary one reason. And then that to broad base the youth development and get the right players for our youth teams. So therefore the investment and the return on investment, our return on investment is how we better our team can perform at a youth level. So therefore the technical committee in its wisdom thought, so this investment should go to a wider youth covering the entire state rather than limited to 25 or 30 players. So that's the basic behind the logic behind this decision.
what is the investment that goes into Indian Arrows, and how will you be able to run a league with that investment?
See, it's not important that all the investment what is going to be in the Indian Arrows, like Indian Arrows as the team will continue as a unit, because they will play in the under 20 under 20 AFC Asian Championship.
The one that will
So
happen.
therefore those players are there, and then during the next window, the transfer window, they will be free to go, because then we will again, whenever we needed to assemble, we will assemble that. But so therefore that project was what as a for the national cause. So that remains. Only the participation in Hero I League has been suspended. Means been address that the deliberations what all have taken place with FIFA president, and also the possibility of FIFA president meeting our honorable prime minister, which would be updated to everyone if once it is scheduled. Therefore that would be an important day. Once the FIFA president and our honorable prime minister meets, then he will make some announcement. which would be something path breaking. That also he has briefed, and also he briefed about the excellent meeting and the possibility of getting into a collaboration between Qatar Football Association and AIFF. And also, the executive committee appointed 3 city heads for FIFA Under-17 Women's World Cup, since these are taking place in Bhubaneswar, Navi Mumbai, and Goa. The 3 members from those respective states have been appointed as city head of delegation representing AIFF. They are Valanka from Goa, Maloji Raja from Maharashtra, Navi Mumbai, he will be, and Abhijit Paul for Bhubaneswar. So these 3 also will be appointed. And then, so that's all. So the ambassador will be nominated by, each state will nominate an ambassador who will be the face of that state. And they will propose the names, especially former players. If they don't have a former players, then former players means they can be eminent for international or at a state level. There are states who doesn't have international players, then they will select the local player itself who have been prominent faces in their respective states. They will propose the names to the technical committee, and the technical committee will then finalize the names, and then they will be shared with the state, so that they play an important role to elevate the level of the football at the state level, and they will play a prominent role. The technical committee will decide everything, what would be the exact roles, and how best the states can utilize their experiences, their names, and how best football can be grown to those taken forward in all those stores. And then on the proposal of IM Vision, that a feasibility study will be undertaken to start an institutional league, because as we know that especially the government departments, since the licensing AFC licensing started, they are not able to play in the competition, and that's why the employment status of especially football players have come down, and that is the reason this feasibility study will be done, and then the report will be presented in the executive committee, where we can start an institutional league, especially involving these departments. Like even he mentioned about example of Kerala Police, Air India. So it's a good suggestion, and the committee felt that we should be able to So these are all the
লেটেস্ট নিউজ আর এক্সক্লুসিভ ভিডিওর সঙ্গে আপডেট থাকতে এখনই সাবস্ক্রাইব করুন আমাদের ইউটিউব চ্যানেল। বেল আইকনে ক্লিক করতে ভুলবেন না যেন।